So today, on behalf of the United States, I want to thank every Olympian and Paralympian. And that was just incredible. And what happened with the Paralympics was so incredible and so inspiring to me. And I watched. It's a little tough to watch too much, but I watched as much as I could. It was.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. Really? And I resent.
Are you talking
like
about Hunter? Are you talking about
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter
you know
got
Bo.
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't
for cocaine use, and he didn't have a job. But you used the word smart. So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-up. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, what they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble. There was no response. They didn't have one for that. Now it's very sad. Very sad.
Do not come. Do not come.
They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place.
Do not come.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your...
Do not come.
They're coming all over the place. 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 They're coming all over the place.
And he's like this.
They're coming all over the place. 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 I need water. They're coming all over the place. 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 They're coming coming all over the place. They're 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 coming all over the place.
I need water. Help me. I need water. Help. And he's written, this is on live television. This is on live television. This is on live television. This is on live television.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. Hairy legs, and it get hot. I got hairy legs. I got hairy legs. I got hairy legs. And look at it. So I learned about roaches. Look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. Come up and reach in the pool. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool. And rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. Kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Dumb people, liberal people.
But the real problem is that our leaders are dumb. So dumb.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa. I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
Tweet. That was an opinion of somebody.
I eat extra shop.
Testing. Is this thing on? Testing. Is it on? Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic in-style-ation of the goddamn. I am your host, the motherfucking bitch, and welcome to the show. I got a show here I took yesterday off, and I'm going to be drinking alcohol for today's program. Why? Oh, why not, is my question. I've got something. I don't know what this is. This is some kind of beer. It's called Laser Snake. It looked cool. I like the box art. And so I purchased it. How was my day off? I did a lot of drugs yesterday. And it was a great day. I had a fantastic day. It was really good. And so yes, it was a good day. And so I enjoyed it. Today is Sunday. This is the Sunday show. Sunday program. There's a program. And it's Sunday. So those are things that are factual. They are factually factual. Some would even go as far as to say that they are actual factual. And so, you know, it's very possible. But anyway, after this program, I theoretically, there's a stream I'm going to be going to. Theoretically. Assuming, it happens. And so, Mark Monkey, I've been on their program before, is doing a fundraiser. And so they invited me to come on. And so I'm going to be doing so whenever this show is over. So if anyone wants to go over there, it's like it's an extended show, basically. Except I'm not producing it. So I get to just sit back and be bizarre. Had to spend the whole day looking for content. I know. I feel bad for that. I was gonna throw some clips up, but I didn't. So I just chose not to. I just made different decisions. You're listening to the Pascal Show. I don't know what the Pascal Show is, but I'm sure it's decent. So I did no show prep. I'd like to announce no show prep. Didn't do it. I could have done it, but I didn't do it. There's no prep. No show prep. I was gonna do it. Trust me. Source. Trust me, bro. I was gonna do it. But I chose not to. Just didn't feel like it. Why look at the news, when I'm not doing my show? When I could look at the news while I'm doing my show? Huh? So, there's an election going on in France, apparently. It's pretty crazy. Ugh. But yesterday I had a good day off. I worked on some personal projects of mine, some non-YouTube related personal projects. And it was very, very positive and productive. And so I'm glad I took the day off. I had a great time. I said so on Friday that I would, but a couple of people did not get the memo. And so I apologize for that. I'm just looking at some stuff here. I don't know, the news is just what do I talk about? Orrin Hatch, dead! Who cares? Does anyone really care about that? Oh yeah, the Marjorie Taylor Greene stuff. Oh, there's so much of that. I think I saved a couple of things. Let me see. Was he in office? I don't think so. But he's dead. And that's all that really matters. There's so many clips of this Marjorie Taylor Greene stuff. Alright. I'm just going off of random shit that I'm seeing online, just searching this. This is not a well-researched segment, but does it need to be to really make fun of Marjorie? Do I need to look at what the most, what the best cringe clip is? That's a waste of my time. Anyway, here is Marjorie Taylor Greene responding to some criticism under oath. Now, she was at this hearing, and she's under oath, which means she's technically, perjury, maybe, possible. Does anyone care about that? Are there laws in this country anymore? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's watch.
In fact, you think that Speaker Pelosi is a traitor to the country, right?
I'm not answering that question. It's speculation. It's
You've said that, haven't you, Ms. Green, that she's a traitor to the country?
No, I haven't said that.
Okay. Put up Plaintiff's Exhibit 5, please.
Oh, no, wait. Hold on now. I believe by not upholding the securing the border, that violates her oath of office.
Fair enough. I'm not interested in her oath of office. I'm interested in that you said that she's a traitor to our country, right?
I object, Your Honor.
So anyway, that's one clip. I'm gonna look for some other ones real quick. So basically this was the theme out of everything I saw. This was the theme where she just kind of like, you know, said no about something, and then the people like just showed her what she said, and then she's like, you know, it's like very strange stuff. Very strange stuff. Here's another one. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about the election, the 2020 election. Let's watch.
Is it fair to say, Representative Greene, that from election night of 2020 until January 6, 2021, your personal opinion and your wish was that Congress not certify Joe Biden as the winner of the 2020 election?
No, that's not accurate.
Is it fair to say...
So, as you can see here, what she is saying, she's just admitting it. Donald Trump lost! He lost! He's a loser! Joe Biden won! She just said it! She said it right here! Whoops! Whoops! Is she gonna get canceled by the fucking Orange Man now? Is Orange Man gonna come out of the woodwork and cancel MTG for claiming that the election was not rigged? She's just out like... It's great. I mean, I'm gonna look for a couple other ones. But these are just the ones that I'm seeing after a quick search. Is this real? Oh, this video has an advertisement. That's great. I'm glad this one has an advertisement.
In that...
Whoa. All right, here's another one. Apparently, she, like, quoted a movie called Independence Day. I've personally never seen it. I've heard it's good. Let's watch.
Segment, Representative Greene, you're asking people to come to
Why is the audio, like, so horrible on all these...
on January 6th.
In this video, which I saw jump 3 times, which means it's been cut and spliced, yes, I did talk about people coming there to support our objection, peacefully support our objection, support President Trump.
How did you know that there might be 1 million or more people coming to Washington on January 6th? Did you just make that up, or somebody tell you that?
I believe those were the numbers being talked about at the time.
By who?
The media, and just
people who were
sources.
planning the demonstrations?
I have no idea. I think I saw that on the news.
And what you said is it's critical for everyone to show up, right? That's what we saw.
Supporting, peacefully supporting our objection. That's the only thing I was interested in doing and planning is objecting.
Now, the last thing you say in the video is, we aren't the people that are going to go quietly into the night. Do you recall that part?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that phrase, we aren't the people that are going to go quietly into the night, that's not something that you came up with on your own, is it?
I have no idea what you mean.
Well, that's something that you borrowed from a movie script, right?
Now, I just want to say, quoting a movie, that's fine. I quote movies all the time. Like, I quote video games, I quote movies, I quote music. I think that there's nothing wrong with that at all. I just think it's funny. Just Marjorie Taylor Greene squirming is funny. That's all I care about.
Movie script, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. You borrowed that line from the movie Independence Day, right?
No.
Okay. So apparently she doesn't even know. exactly what's going on there. But either way, very, very interesting materials. Very interesting materials. I'm looking for some more videos here. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, but once again, I don't know what exactly this whole hearing is supposed to be about. Seth in the chat, what's the point of the show trial? Nothing is going to happen to this trader. I agree with that position. I don't think anything's going to happen. But, like, it's interesting that she can just lie over and over, and just use the hearing for marketing. Like, that's really what she's there to do. She's just there to market herself. Like, every moment is advertising her brand. That's it. Like, that's just it. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. It's just that's the whole thing that she does. But once again, she did violate the Constitution, specifically 14th Amendment, Section 3, that says you're not allowed to engage in an insurrection. She did engage in the insurrection, but she also did give aid and comfort to those engaging in the insurrection. And so, as a result, she is banned from office. That's it. That's it. I don't know what to tell you. It's that simple, right? So getting her on record just being goofy, I mean, I don't know what it does. But, you know, her lying is very important. Apparently she's having some short-term memory loss. Maybe, I don't know, 420 was a couple days ago, so it's possible that, you know, she was partaking. But anyway, you know, again, but nothing's going to happen to these people. Why? Because we don't live in a country of law and order. We live in a fucking fascist fucking puppet state. So these people are going to be fine. They're just going to keep going. They're going to keep running around. They're going to keep doing their whole thing. They're going to market themselves. No one's going to hold anyone accountable because this is America, baby. You do whatever the fuck you want here. It's great. Anyway, there you go. That's it. That's the scoop. That's all I got. God, there's such a fucking delicious Madison Cawthorn scoop. Hold up. I gotta get this Madison Cawthorn. This is a delicious scoop. This is like... This will fucking knock your goddamn socks off. Alright, check this out. Check this out. God damn. This is 2 days old. I was gonna talk about this yesterday, but I didn't do a show yesterday. It's important that they're challenging her eligibility to run for office because she violated 14th Amendment, Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution. That's exactly correct, Mila. But, like, also, like, it's important to do it, but also nothing's going to happen, right? Because, like, we don't live in a country that's going to actually do anything about that. In my opinion, though, like, just because something's not going to happen doesn't mean I don't support doing it. Like, in the same way that I didn't think Trump would be convicted, that doesn't mean I don't support impeachment. I agreed with Rashida Tlaib when she said impeach the motherfucker on day one of the 2019-2020 session of Congress. Like, you know, impeach him on day one, get it over with, do it on everything, you know, even if it's not gonna, like, you know, there you go. All right, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Madison Cawthorn! Honestly, after this is going to be it. I'm going to announce it. I'm going to vote for Madison Cawthorn. I don't live in his district, but, you know, I can just go there and vote anyway because, you know, the demon rats or whatever. By the way, Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. I'm just joking. But Madison Cawthorn, honestly, at this point, I think it's fair to say Madison Cawthorn, best and most based member of Congress. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I call it like I see it. Are you seeing anyone else doing this? Let's be honest. Madison Cawthorn, the first, like, you know, open, cross-dressing member of Congress. I'm into it. So... like, you know, he's looking hot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm into it. So, WTF, I love Madison Cawthorn now. I mean, like, it's interesting. His name is Madison Cawthorn. Madison Cawthorn. And I'm just saying. I'm just throwing this out there. These are just things. We're all thinking it. You know, I'm just saying. But, so this is a Politico piece. I'm going to read a little bit of this. Photographs obtained by Politico appear to show Madison Cawthorn, the embattled Republican congressman, in quotes, from North Carolina, who recently accused his GOP colleagues of inviting him to orgies, wearing lingerie in what appears to be a party setting. Whoa! Cawthorn, 26, was raised in a conservative Baptist community in Henderson County, North Carolina, and has staked his political persona on arch traditional Christian principles and the insistence of the importance of a kind of hypermasculinity. His comments about the sexual perversion in Washington made on a podcast, which he later admitted were exaggerated, drew the public disapproval and disavowal from Minority Leader, emphasis on minority, Kevin McCarthy, as well as other Republican leaders. So again, I just want to, this is the same guy who had hundreds of people sign a letter saying that he was a sexual predator in college. This is the guy who went to Adolf Hitler's vacation home, posted it on Instagram saying, "I'm at the vacation home of mein Führer," or some fucking shit. He called him the goddamn Führer. Who the fuck calls Hitler the Führer? Outside of neo-Nazis, or just regular Nazis. I don't know. I can't. If you can find someone who discusses Adolf Hitler in terms of calling him a Führer of some kind, I would love to know. This guy, when he campaigned in 2020, he had campaign advertisements approved. I met the Cawthorn. I approved this message. Advertisements where he accused black opponents of his of stealing the jobs from white people. Black people running for Congress is stealing the white man's job. Right? This guy's fucking crazy. He's a Looney Tune. He's garbage. And you know what? The GOP loved him. The GOP loved him. Until he said that some people in the GOP were doing orgies. Having coke parties. Now, first of all, let's just be honest. We gotta be honest. Okay? If it is true that the GOP does orgies, like Kevin McCarthy is like fucking Liz Cheney or something, I don't know. That's based. I'm sorry, I'm just going out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that's pretty cool. That is the coolest thing that the GOP probably will ever do and ever has done. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just it's gross to think about this and that, but if they're snorting coke and all having a fuck fest, I'm into it. I think that that's the coolest thing the GOP does. And I'm going to be honest. It is hilarious. It is hilarious that this is what is triggering the billionaire class, the leaders of the Republican Party. This is what they're getting mad at. They're not getting mad about, wanting, they're not getting mad about going to the Führer's fucking vacation home. They're not getting mad about, demanding that women become property. They're not getting mad about all the stupid fucking fascist garbage. Why? Because they are fascist. But they're getting mad at the fact that Madison Cawthorn made a joke that referenced a little bit of their dirty laundry. And again, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what else to say. Let's keep reading. The revelation of the two photos is the latest in a series of unflattering headlines for the freshman member of Congress. Hey, looking pretty fresh right here. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. In the run-up to the primary in his first re-election bid, the primary in North Carolina is May 17. Cawthorn has 7 Republican opponents who see him as vulnerable. Well, if there's 7 of them, if there's 7 of them, they don't see him as that vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like they would have all coalesced. If the primary's in a month, less than a month, 3 weeks, and there's still 7 motherfuckers in the race, I got news for you. They're not taking that challenge very seriously. If they actually did think he was vulnerable and actually did care about going against him, they would all coalesce, right? So obviously they're just running against him for their own marketing purposes. Politico could not independently verify the photos, which are screenshots of original images. They were provided to Politico by a person formerly close to Cawthorn and his campaign. A second person formerly close to Cawthorn and his campaign confirmed the origin of the photo. fascists. The date the photos were taken is unclear, though they appear to show Cawthorn sitting in a wheelchair, indicating the event happened after his accident. In the photos, he is wearing a distinctive pendant necklace that has appeared in other images and videos of Cawthorn. The photos have started to circulate among political rivals. I mean, again, this is the most base thing Cawthorn has ever done. This is cool. This makes me want to vote for him. I'm not going to vote for him. Why? Well, first of all, I don't live in his district. Second of all, why? Well, because he's a Nazi. But, you know, if you weren't a Nazi and if you lived in my district, and I saw this, if this was, like, if you show me this and I know nothing else about this person, I will vote for them. If you, like, put this on a billboard right outside the voting booth and I don't know, like, you know, it's, like, for, like, the fucking superintendent or some shit and I forgot to research that election, right? And I saw this photo, don't vote for this guy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna vote for this fucking guy because this is cool. But, again, I just love how, like, the fucking Republicans, the Christian goddamn fascists, right? Like, they're just so, like, they hate fun so much that whenever someone in their ranks is caught having fun, like, it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, no. Someone who's a Republican member of Congress was having fun? Oh, no! Like, everyone call the fucking, I don't know, call somebody. You know, call my goddamn mom. I don't know what to do. Anyway, photos obtained by Politico. Like, Politico is an entity that picked these photos up. Why does it say that? Alright, after the story published, Cawthorn tweeted that the photos were taken of him during a game on a cruise before he was elected to Congress. I guess the left thinks goofy vacation photos during a game on a cruise taken way before I ran for Congress is going to somehow hurt me. They're running out of things to throw at me. Wait, the left? Wait, he thinks the left is the one trying to cancel him for this? No. The left thinks this is cool. The left is like, fuck yeah, Madison. Yeah, Madison, am I right? Wink, right? That's what the left is saying. Why would a leftist want to cancel him for this? I was raised on proverbs and push-ups, Cawthorn said on a podcast in September 2020. I subscribe to Judeo-Christian beliefs, he continued. I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Like, what is with this? Like, how come I don't get a personal relationship with Jesus Christ? If Jesus is picking people to develop these personal fucking relationships with, like he's becoming best friends with someone, right? You know, there's a lot of fucking people on this goddamn planet. If I'm Jesus, I'm not going to pick Madison Cawthorn, right? Why? If I'm Jesus, I'm going to pick anyone else. I'm going to pick anyone else. I'm thinking to myself, so I'm Jesus Christ. I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at everyone, they got to be American, because God bless America, even though Jesus had no idea what the fuck America was. But whatever, okay. So I'm looking at everyone, and I'm thinking, Madison Cawthorn, that's going to be the guy that I'm going to knock on his door one day with a 6-pack, and we're just going to, like, you know, we're going to smoke some weed, and we're going to talk about life in the universe, except, actually, we can't do drugs, I forgot. But anyway, like, I just, like, what? Like, you have a personal fucking relationship with Jesus Christ. Isn't that what all these fucking psychos say? Didn't Son of Sam have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ? Like, what is, you know, what's going on here? I think if you think about my political ideology, where it really stems from, you know, my ethics and my morals and what I think is right or wrong, you look at ancient Jerusalem. You got ancient Judeo-Christian values, so right and wrong, he continued. I also cling to a lot of traditional values and lots of traditional ideas because they've worked in the past. They've worked? This is the idea that, like, well, the human race hasn't become extinct yet, therefore, what we used to do, it worked. Like, what is the metric? Who defines what worked? Like, oh, you know, all humans on Earth did not cease to be alive, therefore it worked. Yeah, sure, they're all starving, they're all being tortured, they're all suffering, no one is happy, right? People haven't gotten a raise in fucking 30 years. But hey, we're not dead yet, so therefore it worked. I think that we have bred a generation of soft men, a generation created a lot of problems in our society and our culture, he said in March 2021 on a podcast designed to reclaim or restore masculinity in a society that is more dismissive of what it means to be a man. There's only one God and two genders, he said in a tweet earlier this week. I love how they're just throwing random tweets in here. But anyway, you know, I'm just gonna open image, a new tab. Damn. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying I'm just saying. All right, don't shoot the messenger here. Don't shoot the messenger. So, just throwing that out there. I'm just saying. Oh my god. Oh my god. We got some goddams going on. We got some goddams going on. I mean, I think he's pretty hot in both pictures. I don't know why y'all are singling out the left one. Like, both of them. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. You know how it is.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
I'm just saying. Hey. Whoa. Goddamn Judeo-Christian values. I don't what is Judeo-Christian values? I just can't with religion. I hate religion. I hate religion. I hate what it does to people. I hate how I just hate everything about religion. I just hate it. Like the Judeo-Christian thing, like these two religions, even though they directly contradict, like didn't Jewish people like kill your guy or something? Why are you liking them now? Like they're like these two religious groups, didn't you kill each other for thousands of years? Like the Christians only support the Zionists because like they think the Jews are gonna kill themselves and then Jesus is gonna save them or something. Like what is wrong with these people? They're fucking crazy. Like Orthodox, like evangelical fucking freak shows, like these are the motherfuckers that need to get away from this planet ASAP. They need to get the fuck out of here. Like they are fucking this shit up for the rest of us, and I am sick of it. I'm sick of this shit. Speaking of things that I am not sick of, however. So we're gonna have a conversation here. Let me pop this tweet up and then take a goddamn hit from my vape pen because I'm a cool weed user. Alright, so Christian Smalls, the president of the Amazon Labor Union, posted a very controversial tweet a couple of days ago. NYC, I'm happy to announce that AOC will be coming to visit Amazon Labor this Sunday. Bang bang emoji for the Twitter fingers. Solidarity is about accountability and second chances. The only narrative that should matter is bringing people together. Fist emoji. Hashtag ALU for the win. X2. Hashtag LDJ5. Hashtag vote yes. Alright, so now this is fucking hilarious. Well, I mean, first of all, it's good. I mean, y'all, or if you've been following my takes on this is good. My opinion, always try to expand, obviously, if people make mistakes, it's okay to criticize them. If you disagree with what someone does, you're allowed to criticize them. Like, we need to bring back good faith, respectful disagreement in the left-wing media culture, right? So the forced to vote people are mad as fuck. They're mad as fuck. Like, Jimmy Dore was ranting and raving about this garbage. Like, but this part is really funny. Like, this part, this is where I say, this is the crowning of the king moment shit. This is really good. For the Twitter fingers, solidarity is about accountability and second chances. The only narrative that should matter is bringing people together. Like, again, like, accountability, right? Like, discussing why you disagree. Figuring out a common solution and then coming together and fighting for what you agree about. Like, I mean, it's just like, that's just no shit. That's what that's everything that, like, leftism is about, right? Only, like, fucking, like, what is it, like, 13% of the country are, like, communist, or, like, you know, like, far leftists or something, you know? Like, that is, like, more people in this country are fascists than they are, like, communists or anarchists or something, right? So, like, unless your goal is to just execute everyone who's ever had a disagreeing political ideology forever, and just, like, kill all of them, like, commit a mass murder of, like, you know, at least 80% of humanity, maybe 90% of humanity. Unless you just want to kill them all, you're going to have to find a way to work with people that you disagree with and to bring them to your ideology. Right now, again, I'm not saying that, we should work with the fascists to, like, kill the gays. No, that's not what I'm saying. You should talk to the fucking fascists and convince them to stop hating gay people. And, you know, there's going to be a certain amount of people that you just cannot convince off the deep end. And you know what? To be honest, you know what? I think we should do something with those people, but that's a whole different story. My point here is that there's a lot of these, like, so-called leftists, right? They claim the mantle of, like, they're ultra, like, anti-imperialist, like, super communists, right? That freaked the fuck out of out of their minds when they read this tweet. Like, Jimmy Dore got really upset. Like, that style of person got really fucking upset, right? So again, if your opinion is that AOC should have supported the union effort at an earlier point of time, now again, I agree with that opinion. There are also people that say that her staying out of it actually maybe helped it, because if she did get involved, it would have become highly partisan and highly, televised and talked about beforehand, and Amazon might have taken more efforts to bust the union. Very possible. Very possible. I'm not sure. I don't know where I land on that, you know. But if you think that AOC should have showed up to support the union at an earlier point, all right, that's fine. Does that mean AOC is evil forever and, like, she needs to be burned at the fucking stake? Like, you know what the fuck? Like, shut the fuck up, right? Like, I mean, like, seriously. And again, now she's coming along. Is it, you know, now she's coming along after a victory, like, to, like, gain credit? Like, does she need to gain credit? Who cares? The only thing that matters is that the next Amazon labor vote is a win. That's all that matters. That is the goal. If your goal when interacting with the Amazon labor union drive and anything or whatever tangentially related to this, if your goal is anything but having Amazon factories and warehouses unionize, then you belong nowhere near this fucking like, you belong nowhere in the commentary space. You belong nowhere in the activist space. You belong nowhere anywhere related to this, unless your goal is to have yes be the winning option on everything that votes for a union. I don't care about this. But it's about, you know, the AOC is going to take credit for this, and then she's going to go on a podcast, and then she's going to midterms, like, even though, like, as if, like, her seat isn't, like, an 80% fucking seat at this point now. Like, she's using this for her midterm election. Like, she's fucking fine. She's going to, like, you know, like, but, like, all these conspiracy theorist morons, right? They really just need to shut the fuck up. They are not left-wingers. And this is the, like, again, king shit. This is very good messaging. Because even Christian Smalls was, you know, very, you know, like, I think, in my opinion, a little over the top against AOC on the day of the union vote that he was involved with for, I think it was the Staten Island one, right? Like, in my opinion, it would have been better just to ignore it, the whole thing. That's my opinion. I think it was a little bit too anti-AOC. That's my opinion. But he's still working to build the bridge, because at the end of the day, the goal is solidarity and to bring a wider movement together. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, we're allowed to have respectful disagreement with people that agree with us on 99% of things. You know what I mean? Like it's allowed. Like, AOC doesn't get canceled for this. Chris Smalls doesn't get canceled for this. You can't just disagree with something that someone does one time and then think that they're evil forever. It's just dumb. It's stupid. People need to fucking grow the fuck up. And again, this is why the left loses, because people need solidarity. And if people don't feel like they have a community that they can rely on, they're going to go somewhere else to find it. And that's what brings about fascism. Like, look at religion, for example. Religion is like the ultimate bringing about of fascism, because it provides like that weird safe space for people to find community and other freak show fascists, right? Like, that's just like, I mean, I don't know. Isn't it weird that religious institutions control almost every aspect of this fucking earth, right? Isn't that a little strange? Isn't that a little weird to me? I don't know. Anyway, I don't mean to turn this into a fucking religion is cancer thing, although that is true. That said, I would organize with religious people. I have organized with religious people. I think religious people can be great to organize with. I'm just saying, we're allowed to disagree on things and still work together to, again, accomplish goals that we all agree with. I think that that's a good thing. And in my opinion, when you do work with people, working with people, like if you want to bring people to the left, one of the best ways to do so is to work with them, right? Like, let's say you, like, you know, I've worked on a couple, like, political actions and, like, campaigns and stuff, right? And so, like, whenever, like, you know, I would go to, like, a campaign meeting or at a protest or anything like that, any of these political-based actions, what I would try to do is if I have a political discussion, and if you're working on a campaign or if you're at a protest, almost all discussions are political by nature because you are there because of a political reason, right? I try to bring people to the left, right? People, right? Like at protests, I mentioned this before, I participated a lot in protests in Elizabeth City, North Carolina last year over a police murder, right? There are a lot of people that were, you know, let's be honest, right-wingers that just don't like police, liberals that don't really, know much about what's going on but think it's wrong that police to kill people, a lot of people that I would disagree with on a whole host of issues. Like we talk about something like tax brackets, I might disagree. If we talk about something like healthcare, we might disagree, but we agree on this one issue, right? You find where you agree, you work together on that issue, and while you work together, you try to slowly, like, have these conversations that bring them to a position that you find to be more logical and correct. In my opinion, that would be the anarchistic, communistic position of all human beings deserve respect, like, and that's the first principle, right? Bring people, some people believe a little bit in the American mythology, right? Like, when I would participate in political campaigns, like the Bernie campaign, there were a lot of so-called patriots that worked for the Bernie campaign. Like, they go to, like, this historical, like, oh, we need the FDR, we need America was founded on these principles and stuff. I personally think the whole American experiment's a big fat failure, and I think we should just get rid of it. But if someone, if they like America or this abstract mythology, but they still support a whole host of other issues that I agree with, I'll support them, I'll work with them on those issues, and maybe I'll try to, convince them that America isn't the best thing in the world. You know what I mean? And this is how it's done. Anyway, I went on a little bit of a rant there. But this is a cool tweet. This is super cool to see the developments. And I'm into it. I'm fully into it, so... it's cool. It's good when good things happen, and it's bad when bad things happen. More news at 11. Yeah, my opinion is that I think it's perfectly reasonable for Chris Smalls to be upset at AOC. I think that's perfectly fine. I just think that my opinion is I wouldn't air that laundry, you know what I mean? Like, on the day of the victory, you know what I mean? Like, that's my disagreement. It's like, if he wants to off camera privately say, like, I fucking hate AOC, that to me is like, I don't care. Like, I might disagree or whatever, but also I'm not him, and we have different positions in the world. But in media figures like Crystal Ball, and honestly, like Jordan Sheridan, I agree with a lot of things. Like, I've worked with Jordan Sheridan on I've worked with Status Quo in a couple things. And so, I genuinely think they're not like a Jimmy Dore-esque kind of person. But I think Jordan Sheridan's initial way of going about that AOC thing was pretty decent. But then, like, he ran with it in, like, a really clickbaity way that I thought was just a little silly. That's my opinion. I think Crystal Ball was just purely out there to do media manipulation. I will be honest with everyone. I sent Crystal Ball a direct... She follows me on Twitter, by the way. I don't know why or how or what. I sent Crystal Ball a direct message inviting her on my program. She read the message. It went from sent to seen, right? A lot of people have this disabled, but she doesn't, where it's like, it'll pop up if you read the message. So she has read the message, no response. I've been ghosted by my mutual. I've been ghosted by my Twitter mutual. I don't know why she follows me. But I would love, I personally, I have a lot of questions for her in regards to how she handles like media clickbait stuff and why she works with a fascist for her show. I have a lot of questions for her that I'd love to have a conversation with, but I'm also in favor of respectful disagreement. You know, if Crystal comes on my show and she has really good reasons for, you know, a bunch of things, you know what? I'm open to that too. My opinion though, that particular interaction was a little cringy. But you know, people at the union feeling a certain way, I think that's fine. I just think that media figures, kind of like driving those wedges and like, cause media figures choose what they think is going to be most important. Media figures choose what to focus on. Media figures choose and editorialize like how they have emphasis on certain stories. So when, you know, Status Quo runs with AOC abandon the union for a week instead of anything else, you know, that's something that I have a heavy disagreement with that editorial, and I get why they do it. I know that they're exploiting a certain kind of audience demographic. I get it, and I disagree with that. But I don't hate Jordan Sheridan or Status Quo. So, you know, I think respectful disagreement is something that we need to bring back. That's interesting, Mila. You seem to think a full-time congresswoman can go to every local union meeting. I do not think that. I do not think that at all. My opinion is that, like, her reaching out, like, my real opinion on the situation is that, like, if she didn't want to go or couldn't go, she should have been a little bit better in the communication, right? Like, I fully accept and respect her reason for not going, but according to the ALU, she was very bad at communicating that. Now, as someone who's also very bad at communicating, like I miss messages, I forget a bunch of, I get it, but also, you know, if you're a member of Congress, you can pay a staff to like remember to reach out to someone and say, hey, you know, we can't, I'm sorry, what, you know, that's really my criticism. I don't think she has to go to everything and do everything. Like she reached out, or like, you know, they started talking about it, and then her communication needs a little work, and that I think that's a completely fair criticism. I'm going to be honest. I've never watched Rising or Breaking Points at all. I've never watched anything that Crystal's ever been on other than like clips. And I think that Sagar and Jetty is insufferable. And I refuse to listen to anything where his voice is present. So, like, you know, that's just my opinion on Crystal Ball. Like, maybe if you divorce her from that environment, maybe she could flourish as a useful person for the left, but in the environment she currently positions herself in, I think she's a useful idiot for the right. That's my opinion. Now, does that mean I think she's an evil person? Probably not. I just think she doesn't really care, like, about the things that I care about. But I think Sagar is a genuinely reprehensible person. I think almost everything I've ever heard him say has been disgusting, dehumanizing, and just outright evil on a lot of issues. But I think about that. I think that way about all Republicans. Does that mean that I think if Sagar were, you know, to stop being a fucking dipshit, and you know, does that mean I hate him forever? No. But at this current moment, the guy's garbage, and I couldn't imagine. Like, I get, like, why the whole, like, oh, the battlefield of ideas bullshit. Like, I'm gonna do a show with someone I disagree with to keep it interesting. I'd rather just do a show by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't... Why do people feel the need to do shows with other people? Why doesn't Crystal Ball do a solo podcast? Does she have a solo podcast? Like, I feel like if she were to do a solo show, right, and then also do Breaking Points or Crystal and Kyle and Friends or something, I feel like that would up her cred a significant amount, to be honest with you. Right? Because then it's like, you know, like the people, you know, like there's different audiences between them and all that. I don't know why more people just don't do a fucking solo show. Why does everyone need to do a show with other people? Like, why is everything a co-op show? Oh, we have 3 people on our show. We have 5 hosts on our show. We have 2. Why does everyone need all these people on their podcast? I don't know. Maybe they're not that interesting. Maybe they just can't do a solo show. That's possible. It's very possible. Very possible. All right, let's see what else we got here. Looking at the news. There's so many, like, shootings. Like, there's just, like, mass shootings and, like, mall shootings and... All right. This should be interesting. Yeah, I think Rising or Breaking Points, I mean, it's the same show, but Rising is like owned by a different company, you know. But I think they absolutely do more work in bringing left-wingers to the right than anything else. And I don't mind having that conversation. I don't mind presenting evidence and making that argument in front of anybody. I think Rising and Breaking Points are horrible shows. Absolutely terrible. Like anyone that watches them, honestly. I mean, I question their judgment on a lot of things. I just can't imagine why someone like Crystal doesn't just do a solo show. Like, I don't know, like 30 minutes once a week. Like, I don't know, do something. Like, test it out. Flex your muscle. Why does Bree Joy Gray need Virgil Texas? That's another thing. Like, Bree has been doing a solo show. Like, Brianna Joy Gray has been doing a solo show for like 2 years now because her co-host, who's still on the logo and the label and still on all the marketing, is a fucking like alleged pedophile. And instead of dealing with the allegations, he disappeared for 2 years. I don't know, man. If someone were to allege that I'm a pedophile, I'm not going to drop off the face of the earth unless I'm actually a pedophile. You know, like that's something someone actually who is a pedophile would do, or a groomer, which is what he's accused of. I don't know if that's not true. Why block everyone who asked about it? Like, I don't know. You know, a little strange. But I guess she does do a solo show. It's just that, you know, if you looked at any of the branding, you wouldn't know that. Yeah, I don't see the value in Rising. I don't know what the value is. Like, is it a news show? Like, do you learn about news stories? Like, otherwise, what's the value? Like, do you learn about subject matter? Like, I don't know. Like what's the value of my show? I don't know what the value is. I do news. I try to inform about the news, but I try to be entertaining. I try to have, comedic humor. I try to talk about, philosophical garbage. I talk about drugs. Like, what does Rising do other than, present news in, a terrible format? Oh, you want to hear news, but then listen to some stupid fucking prick, Kim Iverson or whatever, for, fucking 65% of the time? No, I don't want to do that. I'd rather fucking, swallow nails, you know? Why would I want to do that? You know what I mean? Why would anyone want to do that? I don't know. So... what is the value of watching Rising? I really just don't know what the value is. All right. So, the New York Times has this article here. From a few days ago. This is a look inside some of the math textbooks that Ron DeSantis and his administration or whatever decided to reject. I covered the story a couple of days ago. Ron DeSantis's Florida, whatever their, administration rejected books, math books and stuff based on critical race theory. And so I was thinking to myself, what are the books? Why were they banned? So the New York Times did an investigation And so here's some information here. After the Florida Department of Education rejected dozens of math textbooks last week, the big question was, why? The department said some of the books contained prohibited topics. Prohibited topics. Like, what? It's a school. The point of school is to learn. Like, what are the prohibited topics? So I guess let's find out. From social emotional learning or critical race theory. But it has released only 4 specific textbook pages showing the content to which it objects. Using online sample materials provided by publishers to Florida school districts, the New York Times was able to review 21 of the rejected books and see what may have led the state to reject them. In most of the books, there was a little that touched on race, never mind an academic framework like critical race theory. It's just, oh, there's a black person in like a picture of someone like holding a calculator. Well, one of them's black. Banned, critical race theory. Oh my God, sound the alarm. So, when you flip the pages, it's a textbook, let's say maybe it's a science book or something and someone's got like the test tube, but they happen to be a woman. Banned! Oh no, it's woke, right? Like this is the kind of level that we're dealing with here. But many of the textbooks included social and emotional learning content, practice with roots in psychological research that tries to help students develop mindsets that can support academic success. Now that's interesting. I'd like to know more about that. The image below from marketing materials provided by the company Big Ideas Learning, whose elementary textbooks Florida rejected, features one common way teachers are trained to think about social emotional learning. So we have a photo here of like some folks on a bridge. But they describe it for us. The circular diagram names the 5 core skills students should develop: self-awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, social awareness, and relationship building. The framework was developed by CASEL, an education nonprofit. Until recently, the idea of building social-emotional skills was a fairly uncontroversial one in American education. Research suggests that students with these skills earn higher test scores. So the same party, the GOP, that's all like, oh, we need test scores. We need the testing, standardized testing. We left testing. No child left behind. Testing. We got to make sure the testing go. Are you testing or did you test? You have to take 5 tests a year? Did you test the SAT, the ACT, the THC, the fucking THC? Like, did you do the test? Did you do that test? Like, the same party that set up all that bullshit, right, is now saying, oh, fuck the testing. So you want all of school to be based on this one metric, like standardized testing, and then so when they develop better ways to achieve higher scores, you're like, oh, fuck that. I want my kid not to know how to build relationships. The more relationships my kid can build, they might, I don't know. They might leave the house for once in their goddamn lives. I don't know. Like, what the fuck? But right-wing activists like Chris Rufo, senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute, has sought to tie social emotional learning to the broader debate over teaching of race, gender, and sexuality in classroom. It's woke. This is what, like, being self-aware is woke. I don't know what to tell you. So I've got my hands here. Oh shit, I'm woke. Fuck! I looked at my own hands and realized I'm sitting in a chair. Now I'm woke. I'm self-aware. Fuck! God damn it. Well, I'm not doing responsible decision making because I'm drinking beer at fucking 1 p.m. So we know that I didn't learn about that in school. Social awareness, we also know I didn't learn about that in school. Relationship building, also not one of my strong suits. But I am self-aware. So I think I qualify as woke now. All right, let's keep. Soothing Max, that's my dog's name. Soothing math anxiety. Many of the rejected textbooks do prompt students to consider their emotions. In a McGraw-Hill 5th grade book shown below, students are encouraging at the beginning of the school year to write a math biography reflecting on their feelings about the subject and how they expect math skills. So they're asked to write about math. How do you feel about math? Banned! Woke! Also, is this lady not white? Oh no! The person asking the question is black! Boom! Critical race theory. And it's woke. What the fuck do you mean you want me to tell you about math? I don't want to tell you anything. 2 plus 2 equals... That's all I got. Were they going to ban showing your work in math next? You're not allowed to show your work? What the fuck? Okay. A math biography is a way of helping kids. Biography. Biography? Okay. Professor, I'm a little hopped up right now. If you didn't know. There's a fair amount of evidence that indicates that if you can surface your uncertainty and anxiety about something, it's easier to grapple with it and manage it. Some McGraw-Hill pages include social emotional prompts that have little to do with math problems, such as the example below from a 5th grade book. Beneath an ordinary math problem, students are asked, how can you understand your feelings? Math is ... mindset. How can you understand your feelings? That's a great question. How can you understand your feelings? I don't know. I got to go back to 5th grade, apparently. Giving students a growth mindset. Some of the theories linked to social emotional learning have permeated deep in popular culture and the business world. Among the most popular are the concept of growth mindset, developed by Carol Dweck of Stanford, and the close to the blah, blah, blah. These theories have at times attracted more critique from the left than the right. Some educators worry that the field of social emotional learning celebrated behaviors associated with white upper middle class culture and paid too little attention to the kind of grit it takes to grow up in poverty, for example, or to overcome barriers of race, language, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, so the woke learning is actually not woke. So it's woke and not woke at the same time. Interesting. Conservative education experts, on the other hand, often lauded efforts to teach character, a concept that overlaps significantly with social emotional learning. Goddamn character. Oh, there's another black person, and they're laying down. Yep, this is woke as fuck. I don't know what to tell you. This is woke as fuck. Anyway, so Florida's stupid, basically. That's what we're learning here. But, you know, you get the gist. You get the gist. You know, so again, the right are the people like Bill Gates, right? Massive conservative, is someone that went around, right? Spent a lot of money, worked with like the Bush administration, also big conservative, right? As a way to like just fuck up schools all the time, everywhere, all over the country. With standardized testing, right? They loved that shit in the early aughts, right? And now, all of a sudden, the same party is like, oh, fuck standardized testing. We need to have a new standard. How much do they love Jesus? I've got 10 crosses out of 10. They love Jesus. You get a J for Jesus. It's going to be the new A. And then there's going to be S for Satan. And D for devil. D stays. I don't know. I'm a little drunk. But anyway, that's Florida. That'll pretty much sum up my show. That's it, I think. How's it going? Long shot Louie, you get to ask one free question. I will answer any question that you give me for free because you showed up late. No one else gets to ask anything. It's just Long Shot Louie. Doing pretty good on what's tomorrow, the day out? Tuesday. On Tuesday, I'm going to be going on the movie night extravaganza program. Hosted by @AlwaysFlacco on Twitter.com. And I'm going to be reviewing with Ravana and Lauren. I don't know who this person is. Chouinard. I don't know who this person is. We're going to be talking about the Muppet movie. And so that's going to be on Tuesday. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Also, y'all should check out, there's a stream going on. Hold the phone. There's a program happening of some kind. There's some sort of program. Something is happening somewhere. Y'all should come to this stream here. This is a stream. This is a program being put on by a streamer known as Mark Monkey. I am going to be going on their stream for a little bit. They're doing a fundraiser to cover medical expenses for their family. I also did another show with Mark Monkey. I think it was like a month ago. It might have been like an hour or two. So, you know, I've been on there before. So there you go. Go over there after this show is over. And feel free to give him money as well. That was my day off yesterday. Pretty good. Oh, no, Palin, you don't get a question. So actually, no, never mind. I didn't say anything. It's only Long Shot Louie. What are you up to for the rest of the day? Well, I'm going to go on this stream for a little bit. Then I might make food. Maybe. It's possible. I might make food. I'm going to watch the Muppet movie tonight. Oh, fuck. I almost forgot to do this. Hold up. Hold up. Fuck yeah. Okay, hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone. Are you holding the phone? Hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone. All right, so I'm going to do a movie review. All right, let's go. So last night, I consumed various psychoactive products and watched this movie. This is a movie that exists. You can watch it. This is a movie. This is called The Lawnmower Man. Stephen King's movie. It says on the poster, God made him simple. Science made him a god. The Lawnmower Man, folks. All right, so I've got a lot to say, but before I say it, let me take a hit off my vape pen. And I am drinking this Laser Snake beer. I don't know what it is, though. All right, Lawnmower Man. Okay, so first of all, I haven't read the book. In fact, I just want to say this movie was so good, I'm going to go get the book. This fucking movie. I don't know. Okay, where do I begin? I don't even know where to begin. Okay, this fucking movie. Okay, man. This fucking movie, good as fuck. Okay, this is a really good movie. I just want to say, the effects, now this was made in 1992, right? So, the effects for 1992, pretty insane. There's a lot of like the spinning fractals. These motherfuckers were doing acid or something, right? There were so many so it's a VR. It's based on VR. Basically, a scientist develops a really cool VR learning game, essentially, is what it boils down to. And so you put the headset on, you get in like a hammock or something, and you spin around or whatever. And so there's a lot of like the spinning fractals and flowers, and like these motherfuckers were on drugs when they made the effects for this movie. They were on drugs, plain and simple. So anyway, so the Lawnmower Man, is so there's a man, and he made a lawnmower, but he's also kind of like, for whatever reason, he's classified as stupid. So that, in the poster it said God made him simple, science made him a god. I don't know, the movie was definitely very ableist. The guy was very not like Job is his name. Okay, so the evidence of him being stupid, I was thinking about this the whole startup of the movie, because I was not into the movie for like the first 15 minutes, but then once like I really got going, I like flipped over, and now I love this movie. Okay, so but anyway, so the evidence for Job being stupid is, 1, that he mows lawns. Okay, that's evidence number 1. 2, he has messy hair. 3, he likes comic books. And 4, he licks his lips a lot. That was the evidence that was displayed in the movie. I don't know about the book. I don't know if there's more scenes in the book or whatever. But in the movie, that's how they made him, like, that's how they established that this guy is dumb. I was just thinking this was a random character. I didn't understand what was going on, but then I was like, oh wait, no, everyone else refers to him as stupid, even though he's just like, he licked his lips once, and that makes him stupid. I don't know. The movie's really weird with that. But anyway, so a scientist who's developing this VR learning game, basically, invites him over to learn, because his funding gets fucked or whatever. And so he invites someone else to learn for free without paying them, essentially, in his basement laboratory. And Job, who apparently was stupid, became really smart, and then eventually developed psychic powers, and then eventually becomes like a full-on computer program, multi-hyperdimensional, ultra-terrestrial being. Via going to this, so in the poster, in the eyeball is the VR machine at the laboratory, the government secret laboratory. Job, who is the Lawnmower Man, became powerful enough or whatever to break into the laboratory, and then he hacks into the mainframe or whatever. All I have to say is the VR effects were fucking amazing. Again, I was really high watching this movie. It was fucking amazing. The VR bullshit. There was they had the humanoid models, right? Now again, this is 1992, right? So I'm impressed for 1992 about the the effects. To me, watching this movie in 2022, right? It looks like a a PS1 or PS2 game, but in 1992, right? The effects were pretty good. So, but anyway, it was good enough, right? There's they're flying through these spinning tunnels, it's F-Zero or some shit. They're flying through these spinning goddamn tunnels, right? There's flowers and fractals everywhere. There's all these shapes popping up. It was crazy. And then there would also be these random scenes where it would just cut to the fractal mode, right? So you're watching a scene of some guy sweating or something, and then all of a sudden loud noises and spinning tunnels are I'm whoa. It was great. This movie was excellent. It was great. I highly recommend this movie, especially for watching it on drugs. That said, watching this movie, I was so hyped upon finishing this movie, and it had a cliffhanger ending, and I noticed that there was a Lawnmower Man 2. Now, this is not a dual review, and here's why. Because I did not watch the film, but I tried to. So I was very excited. Let me do a little, I was very excited. Because this movie, it was just, this movie was banging. It was really good. It was B-movie, cheesy when it needed to be, right? Hot, lo-fi, effects. It was it was very good at what it was. And so I was really excited because I found out there was a sequel, right? And so I go and watch the sequel 10 minutes in. Wow. The sequel's first 10 minutes was garbage. So immediately I looked it up and found that it's got a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. And now I'm thinking normally I'm someone that likes bad movies. Or, I respect movies that aren't necessarily as good, but I tried to watch Lawnmower Man 2. I maybe got 15 minutes in. I couldn't watch it. Like, I was, like, running off the high and the hype of the first movie, this one, which is great. It's Lawnmower Man, fucking amazing. You gotta watch this movie. It's no joke. It's fantastic. That said, Lawnmower Man 2, I'm gonna need, I need to go, like, I didn't know, I thought it was just gonna be, like, a straight-up sequel, like a Rocky 2 or something. I didn't know that it was, like, a different director and that the movie was a completely different thing. I gotta wait. Maybe I'll give Lawnmower Man 2 another shot in the future. I'll give it another shot, maybe. But I was shocked. But either way, Lawnmower Man 1. I don't want to distract at all. I just wanted to talk about my Lawnmower Man 2 experience in case someone else finds this video later on and is like, oh, yeah, no, don't worry, Lawnmower, Sometimes people find my movie review. You might not know this. People find my movie reviews that aren't like regular viewers of my show, and they leave comments on them. This is like, it's a different, audience, right? So people, I actually, the other day, I had I think it was like the director of Hobo with a Shotgun leave a comment on one of my movie reviews for Hobo with a Shotgun, and that was pretty interesting. But I get, so if anyone ever watches this later on, leave a comment. If you've seen Lawnmower Man 2, let me know how it is. I'll watch it eventually. These were on HBO Max. That's where I saw them. But, that all that shit changes all the time. I don't bother to mention that. But I did watch this on HBO Max. Lawnmower Man 1, really good. Really good. 2, I'll reserve my thoughts for 2, but I was not impressed with the first 15 minutes. But this is not a Lawnmower Man 2 review. I haven't done that yet. This is Lawnmower Man. Wow. I was very impressed with this movie. It was very good. There you go. Anyway, that's the show. I will see y'all when I go visit Mark Monkey's program. Have a good one. That's it. That's all I got. That's it. It's over. It's over. It's done. It's done. It's done.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. I went in yesterday and there was a television screen, and I said, this is genius.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. All over. No, coming all over the place. They're coming all over.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp,